What if I told you there's someone who can make your heart race, make you laugh until you can't breathe, and then, without warning, completely dominate a game like it's second nature? And no, this isn't a movie. This actually happened. The moment merciless Jokgu match of the century begins, it already feels different. There's something in the air, something playful, something chaotic, something unforgettable waiting to unfold. And then the camera finds him. Jin. It's early morning. The kind of quiet, soft moment where everything feels calm. But somehow, even in that simplicity, he stands out effortlessly. Wearing an ear-flap hat, looking cozy, relaxed, and still impossibly handsome. Not the kind of beauty that tries too hard. The kind that just exists. You look at him and for a second you forget this is supposed to be a variety show. Because how can someone look that flawless while doing absolutely nothing? But then, he moves. And everything changes. Because Jin isn't just someone you look at, he's someone you experience. As the members gather and start talking about the game, Jokgu, penalties, ideas, you can feel the energy building. The playful teasing, the quick back and forth, the kind of chemistry that only comes from years of being together. And right in the middle of it all, Jin becomes the spark. Not by being loud, not by trying to take attention, but by naturally drawing it. When a penalty is suggested, kneeling with hands raised, it could have just been a quick explanation, a passing joke. But Jin, he commits, drops down, raises his hands, fully acts it out like it's the most serious thing in the world, and suddenly, the room explodes. Laughter everywhere. That kind of laughter that feels warm, that feels real, that makes you smile even through the screen. Because that's who he is. He doesn't just react, he creates moments. And then, the game begins. Split into Team Kim Seokjin and Team Ace. It starts off light, almost playful. But underneath that, there's a quiet tension, because everyone knows the rule. The unspoken, undefeated, almost mythical rule, Team Kim Seokjin never loses. It sounds like a joke, until you watch it happen. The ball goes up, the rally starts, and suddenly, Jin is everywhere. His movements are sharp, precise, confident. Those long legs give him reach, but it's more than that. It's his awareness, his instinct. The way he reads the flow of the game like he's been doing this forever. He jumps, he blocks, he saves impossible shots. And for a moment you forget, this is supposed to be fun, because he's playing like it matters. But just when the intensity builds, he breaks it. A ball hits a member's face. Without missing a beat, Jin calls it a slap ding. Another hits someone's stomach, Marble Boy. And just like that, the tension dissolves into laughter again. It's almost unbelievable. How does he do both? How does he stay competitive and still keep everything light? How does he make people laugh in the middle of a match? And maybe that's the answer. Because Jin doesn't separate things. For him, being good and being joyful happens at the same time. And then there's a moment. A teammate makes a great play, clean, sharp, impressive, and Jin turns to them and says, "Master." It's such a simple word, but the way he says it, there's pride in it. Encouragement, respect. And suddenly, it's not just a game anymore. It's connection, it's support, it's someone making sure the people around him feel seen. That's when it hits you. This isn't just about skills. This is about who he is. Because anyone can be funny. Anyone can be good at sports. Anyone can look good on camera. But doing all of that, while lifting everyone else up, that's rare. That's Jin. And as the match continues, something almost inevitable begins to unfold. Team Kim Seokjin starts pulling ahead. Not by chance, not by luck, but by synergy, by energy. By the quiet leadership that doesn't need to announce itself. Every movement feels sharper, every play more confident, and before you even realize it, it's over. Overwhelming victory. The rule remains unbroken. Team Kim Seokjin never loses. And now, it doesn't feel like a joke anymore. It feels like a legacy. As the laughter settles, as the chaos fades into that warm afterglow of shared moments, you're left with something deeper. A realization that Jin isn't just someone who shines on stage. He shines everywhere. In the quiet mornings, in the loud, chaotic games, in the small jokes, in the sincere compliments. He brings something intangible, something you can't teach, something you can't fake. And maybe that's why people can't look away. Because watching him isn't just entertaining. It's comforting. It's inspiring. It's real. And just when you think you figured him out, the visuals, the humor, the athleticism, the warmth, he shows you another side, another layer. Another reason to admire him. So now, after everything you've just seen, after the laughter, the chaos, the victory, there's only one question left, not who is Jin, but how can one person be all of this at once?